Hi Virgo, this is Star with Ariana. Start with your monthly forecast for October 2024. I will dive into the ideal tarot, divine messages, oracle, amongst other decks for your reading this month. For a personalized reading, feel free to reach us at the email address given below. The overall energy this month is the Seven of Cups from the ideal tarot. Like this dog or puppy, I think you're deliberating over options that you have, whether personally or professionally. Maybe you're also quite bored with the job. Your boss isn't someone who is appreciative to your face. I think you want better pay, better opportunities. That is why you're thinking about quitting, but then it's always imperative, Virgos, to have something in the bag before you can resign or before you quit. Other than that, I think there's no point crying over spilled milk. There's no point deliberating over what would have been. Rather, you should adjust to the changes. And you also need to focus because your emotions could get the better of you. Incidentally, the final days of September stepping into October, I do have the Knight of Cups. Now, this is talking about emotions again. Possibly you were someone who was coming to conclusions, assuming things. Maybe there were unnecessary arguments in those final days. Yet, Virgo, somewhere someone wanted to come in and blow the pipe of peace. Maybe this person also wanted to keep his ego aside because he does have a corner for you. In those final days of September, you were also a bit overworked. You had more on your plate. You needed to concentrate. Maybe your schedules were going for a toss. You also needed to network. Others weren't systematic. I think you also needed to put your foot down when it came to clients because they were trying to get more from you, or they were trying to extract more than their pound of flesh. Obstacles to overcome this month or the challenges. I do have the Strength card. I think your focus is going to be on official paperwork. Maybe you're also dealing with government officials. You need to be patient with them. Maybe you're also wanting your dues. This is in the challenge position, so maybe there are also going to be minor irritants that you have to deal with. Your focus is also going to be on your relationships. Maybe you want to distance yourself from those who always take undue advantage of you. So all these issues could be brought into focus. Influences for this month, I do have the Page of Pentacles. Minor gains can be expected. Now this page is holding on to a pentacle, so like I said, there could be minor gains. Material gains could be there. Communication is also going to increase and bring in opportunities. I also believe that many of you will be sought after for your words of wisdom. Maybe you're also going to apply for jobs. Maybe offers also not to your liking. You're being offered peanuts for that matter. Oftentimes this month you could also be overworked because colleagues are absent. You will get up early or you will work late into the night. I think while dealing with clients also you should be firm. You should ask them to pay up before you proceed to offer your services. Paperwork is also going to keep you busy. Maybe you're looking into stock exchange or documents related to mutual funds. I think you also need to be careful as to whom you trust with respect to your finances. The first 10 days of October, I do have the Queen of Wands. This is a very magnetic personality, but she also knows how to give others a silent treatment. At times, you can go very quiet, or at times you can go berserk. You can put people in their place because you're not going to brook any nonsense. You're also very creative and imaginative. I think you also need to tap into your contacts because there could be roadblocks, there could be last minute changes, and you have to adjust rather than be an emotional mess. So that is why I think everything will fall in place even if there are such hiccups on the path. It is the goodwill that you have earned which is going to come into effect at this time. Maybe your family is also very demanding. They expect you to run errands for them, but then you may be focusing on your work. Your plans will also be changed. Though you don't like last minute changes, maybe you also need to review the tasks, you need to edit the work done by your juniors or colleagues. Other than that, I think you need to seek divine intervention. So focus on asking your angels to step in when you find yourself between the devil and the deep blue sea. Perhaps that is why the universe is also telling you that there's going to be hard work ahead. Now, the ants always believe in teamwork. They are very persistent, they are persevering, they are tenacious creatures. Likewise, you need to be very driven in those first 10 days. Maybe others aren't collaborative, but then you have to collaborate and cooperate with them if you want to have your way. 11th to 20th October, I do have the Chariot card. Now this is talking about movement. Maybe you're going to be on your feet, you're going to commute great distances, or you're making travel plans at this time. Again, you will complete a lot of tasks. Maybe it's frustrating because the rewards aren't there for you to see, but then keep at it, Virgos, because someday or the other you will be handsomely rewarded for the hard work that you're putting in. Technical matters, gadget issues could also bother many of you. You do have the wherewithal, you do have the intelligence to come out of such situations. Other than that, I think you also need to be patient with others. Maybe you're a bit temperamental. You should also work on your relationship with your father or a father figure. Estranged acquaintances could also want to reach out to you, but then you may not be keen on renewing contact. Other than that, I think you will also be very social at this time. Perhaps meditation or yoga classes could also benefit you. The final days of the month, that is 21st to 31st October, I do have the Queen of Swords. Now, this is a lady who is very professional in approach. She is also governed by the air signs, that is Aquarius, Libra and Gemini. So you may be dealing with these sun signs. Primarily, I think your business-like approach will allow you to get ahead. Your schedule will also go for a toss. Maybe clients will reschedule meetings. That is why you have to look into this issue. But you do put on an exterior which shows that you're unflappable, that you're undeterred by situations that you find yourself in. Even if it's unnerving, you're not going to show it. In fact, your face is not going to reveal anything. It is your aloof and standoffish behavior which will definitely allow you to achieve your ends. Maybe you don't want to explain yourself. That is why you are going to detach yourself from certain situations. In case you're the leader of the pack, I think your exterior is enough to put your juniors in their place. I think if there's an office event, I think it is going to reflect very well on your leadership. Money or wages could also come in at this time. I think by and large, Virgos, at this time you're going to use your common sense, your intellect to help others. Even your family could benefit when they are at the crossroads or when there is a dilemma at hand. Perhaps you're going to be the key figure in their lives this month, or you do have the key to unlock life's secrets, to find solutions to the problems that arise. There could also be significant people in your life this month. You're definitely gaining the insight with that sunlight streaming down. With respect to your love life, I do have a lot of messages. This could be true for those of you who are single or who have moved on from a relationship. There's new love on the horizon. You're coming across as someone who is very attractive, someone who is going to turn heads with that Queen of Wands. But you're also going to be detached when it comes to the opposite sex. Maybe you're not going to give them their due. Maybe you're going to distance yourself from them. But the universe is asking you to open your heart chakra, to be receptive to love, which is in the offing. Maybe you do have options when it comes to matters of the heart. Maybe several suitors are vying for your attention. Other than that, in case you fancy someone, I think maybe you think it's a dead end. With this card, love went cold. Maybe you realize that this relationship is not going to work because the person you fancy is not wearing his heart on his sleeve. Maybe you're going to also exchange photographs, send messages across, but then this person has certain limitations. Perhaps, as time goes by, you're going to figure out his reasons, but in the present circumstance, you think this could remain a distant dream. Maybe you should also focus on your self-worth with this card. You should put yourself first instead of running after someone who cares two hoots about you. This relationship could also mean a lot of hard work, so it's better to be friends with this person, or you need to walk away from this relationship to protect your own heart. Many of you could also be in an unhappy relationship where your person is very dominating. I think you're being asked to walk away from this kind of a connection. I do have this card. A lot of signs are pointing to you lately. So with this card, new love, and with this card, maybe some of you also have feelings or your heart is set aflutter because of someone. So these are signs which you shouldn't ignore, whether from your own body or from the universe. Maybe this person is going to turn out to be a significant person in your life with that key card. But there's hard work before this relationship becomes a reality. Those of you who are romancing, I think you need to be more romantic. You should have warmth and ardor in this relationship rather than be a bit aloof. Your person does want to know you better, but then you could be focusing on work this month. I'm also picking up that there are two queens in a reading which does talk about trouble with females, so be mindful of that, Virgos. I hope, Virgos, you liked your reading. This is Tarot with Ariana Stark. Do give us your feedback in the comment section. This is Ariana Stark signing off. Take care. Bye. Till the next time.